What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Modine, and I'm back again with another video. So I have my laptop here. It's the interview Stonebwoy did, right? It's a long video. It's 57 minutes long, but I jumped straight to where the conversation started with Shatta Wale. I want to break a few things down, but before we do that, I want us to enjoy something which I believe is giving Stonebwoy sleepless nights. You all know what I'm talking about, right? Oh my goodness. Charlie, Shatta cooked this song. He cooked this song where, it will make you actually speak gibberish when you actually have the opportunity to put yourself out there. And so, oh my God. There's when or where the dust rises, that's where kings are made. You know, where the dust rises, that's where kings are made. No throne, no robe, just a shadow's shade. Charlie. Brick by brick, we build from pain. Brick by brick, we build from pain. I will come back to these lyrics with regards to what Stonebwoy said in that interview, right? Let's get to it. And under the street lights, we carve our name. Now let's go to the chorus. The horns blow loud. They sing our fight. The horns, they blow loud. They sing our fight. This thing, it has double meanings, right? We chase the dawn through endless nights. Charlie? Street crown on my head. I'm staying real. Street crown on my head. I'm staying real. We will come to this interview, then you will get the whole thing right now. I'm telling you. Every scar's our badge. Like every scar that we have through this whole journey, it is our badge, right? Every wound will heal. You know, you may be affected by something today. Today, it may be painful, right? But once it heals, that scar will be there. That scar will tell a story. You see, everything you go through, that's what built you up, that experience, right? Let's finish the chorus and then we jump into the whole thing. So, they can't break me. No, they never will. You see, the fact that he's telling you they can't break me, still adding on top of it, no, they never will. That is a statement of intent right there. Right? Street crown on my head, I'm made of steel. You can't break me. You can't. Now, let's get to the Stonebwoy interview. So, you lot know that Stonebwoy performed in Jamaica a few days ago. He's not really made strides. Like, you know, when you go to Jamaica, now Shatta Wale has set the standard. You saw when Molly had the opportunity to also perform alongside Vybz Cartel, the way things were just catching fire for her and all that kind of stuff, right? And so Stonebwoy going to Jamaica, we expected a lot more at least. But it looks like for some time now, since Shatta Wale hasn't paid attention to him, you know, since the beginning of the year, you know, ever since Shatta Wale came back, Shatta Wale hasn't said anything about Stonebwoy. He hasn't. You know, from the days when Stonebwoy said, I mean, December when Stonebwoy went on that Kumasi radio station to speak about the settings. The settings will come in here too, right? Don't forget, that Stonebwoy settings video was about Rolls Royce, right? Put it in mind. Let's go to it. So I'm clicking on the conversation right from where they asked about Shatta Wale. Okay. Before the Shatta Wale question came in, the conversation was about dancehall king, right? Who is the dancehall king of dancehall? You know, Jamaica, worldwide, and all. Stonebwoy was explaining that for him, he will always he looks to Beanie Man as the king of the dancehall. Of course, he has a song with him. He can't look down on him. Now, he was also talking about the fact that he has the song, and of course, everybody can be king. You know, he can decide to be a king. Everybody can decide to be a king. Then he went ahead to say that, like Vibes Cartel calls himself world boss. You know, he calls himself one God. Nobody can take that away from him and all that kind of stuff, right? Then he came to say that when it comes to Africa, the only king that is revered and respected are the chiefs, you know, and the tribal chiefs and all that kind of stuff. He went ahead to mention Otunfo, king of Ashanti, and then also said king of the Evers, but never mentioned any name, right? This is where I was like, you are an Ever. You are sitting on an international platform. You have the opportunity to put your chief, your king out there. Also for people to know that he's revered. You couldn't do it. But that again, maybe he doesn't know of him. And perhaps maybe he knows, but the name didn't readily come to mind. It has happened sometimes, right? So right from there, they were now trying to say that, also, why are you beefing? You know, and that was where the whole thing came in.
I am a king in my own right. You are. Another man is a king in his own right. So the debate can go on and on and on, but I'm the only Afro dancehall king. That makes sense. That's nobody touching, just like the world was. Mm-hmm. I'm the one God. There ain't nobody the one God.
When they are no beef right now or not?
Me and who?
And Shatta Wale. You still a beef?
No boy can't beef me, you know.
Here comes the...
So he says, no boy can beef me. Like they're asking, are you still beefing with Shatta Wale? He said, no boy can beef me. That's where he's starting from. So let's go.
Dance outside.
No boy can't beef me. Like, believe me, like, guess what? It's real, you know, car. When a man a beef himself, you know it. It not reach me yet. You see what I'm saying? When a man a beef himself, you know that. And me see it. It's not. I'm not afraid that no beef with him, you know. Beef could be like, let's get on, let's do. And I've been winning beefs with him from time. From inception, we had a clash.
Stonebwoy says he's not afraid of beefing Shatta Wale. You know, it can be brought on. But see, he's been winning beefs, right, for a long time. We can count how many beef songs, I mean, dance or diss songs Shatta Wale has directed to Stonebwoy directly. This is somebody who is not afraid, right? And so if you say you are not afraid and the studio is where you get your power to talk, then of course, what is holding you back from going to that studio and showing that, of course, you are the Don? Let's put that aside. He is the opinion that Shatta Wale is actually beefing with himself. And whatever beef it is, no, it has not reached him. This is funny. You know, Stonebwoy is that guy who likes to ride it on this high horse thing and act like he is above everybody else. Meanwhile, he just falls right down to the gutter. And even way under the gutter. You know, if there's another place underneath the gutter, that is where he goes most of the times. He tries to speak in a very wise way, but in the same vein, he lets things slip away. And you get to unravel the actual person he is, you know. Let's get into it.
I won that clash easily. We had a next clash. I won that clash easily, just to get the entertainment going. So, yeah, man. Well, look.
So he said they had a clash and he won, and they had another clash and he won. He was actually referring to that beach, the Labadi Beach clash, and then another clash. Definitely, it is the Asase. Now the Asasi clash, we all know he never won. We all know he never won that thing. And in fact, it was a thing that was meant for COVID, to kind of like bring some sort of love amongst the people and all that kind of stuff. And even that, when that whole idea was proposed, Shatta Wale suggested that he would do it with Stonebwoy. You understand? So when he had the opportunity to eat, he brought you to eat. You understand? So this is quite funny. Some of these things, it's funny, but let's go on to the other topic.
Looking forward to, I don't know how much time you have to kill and clash, clash and kill,
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm on a bigger purpose, you feel me? And I think Jamaica is a witness to the fact that the dancehall that inspired I or us, I have actually contributed enough or still contributing respectfully to actually making sure that it can be held together. You know what I'm saying? Because over 9 years in Ghana as a Ghanaian, I've been contributing resources, not only shouting and tapping off of being a culture vulture, but being a culture custodian. And that has been proven over the years. And I think that is what is most important.
Yeah.
Of course, when it comes to the work ethics and, of course, human institutional accolades to prove, I've won the dancehall artist, reggae artist of my country at the biggest music awards 9 times in a row, bro. Like, I own that kingship, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, Charlie, those I don't even know what to say, but watching this interview is very funny to me, right? In a lot of ways. You won Dancehall Artist of the Year 9 solid times. Now, how many of those times was Shatta Wale part of that platform? Right? How many times? So who were you competing against? And you were saying that you've been doing this thing for 9 years. Shatta Wale has been in it for 20 years. So somebody paved the way for you to join. You understand? And so for you to say that you are not a culture vulture, rather a custodian of the culture, you should also know where to give respect to. Where respect is due, you have to give it. It is a primary thing that is important. You understand? And if you have to look at it in a way, with all, our music industry has been more like a culture vulture. The same thing that he's saying that he's not. Because we are basically just feeding off that same thing. Our original genre as a people is the high life music. Dancehall is never ours. Dancehall is a thing of Jamaica, the Caribbean, right? Of course, you can always lay claim to the fact that the musical journey and everything that is interconnected hails from high life music and African traditional sounds. We get it. But the genre of itself, the genre in itself, the reggae dancehall thing is a Jamaican thing. Nobody can take that away from them. And so if you go in there to do it and you're doing it, trying to do it like they do it, you are appropriating their culture in a way because you are not Jamaican. You can't be Jamaican, right? But then when you use the rhythms and all, and you try to adapt it to what is locally understood in the region where you are, that is you actually taking someone's thing and adding some value to it and promoting it in a bigger way. We all have different school of thoughts when it comes to how we see things in general. And, when you sit back and say that you've won an award 9 times, you won this accolade. And that is why Stonebwoy keeps chasing these awards and all that kind of stuff. His whole thing about himself is filled with award. He wants to always be acknowledged. This thing of I have that, I got this award, I got that award, so that it solidifies his stance that he is what he thinks he is, right? But does that culminate to your pocket, to your streams? You don't have any stream bigger than Shatta Wale in Ghana. You don't. You don't. Your biggest stream is a collaboration. There is no single Stonebwoy song that has more views than any of Shatta Wale's songs. Ayo is a song that Shatta Wale sang alone, no features, alone. On God, he sang alone. On God has 20 million plus views. Ayo has 14 million plus views. Stonebwoy, where is your break? The song that you have, that you single-handedly did, that maybe has numbers, it's not anywhere close to that of Shatta Wale. Nowhere close. See, I can go to YouTube right now, and then I'm going to type Stonebwoy, because some of these things we have to do it with facts, so that it's not like we are just trying to spew garbage whatsoever over here. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I just don't like it when this guy is just trying to lie to people and all that. So I'm going to popular. See, the biggest Stonebwoy song on his own channel is 12 million views, and that has got to do with Activate with Davido. Activate with Davido. Now, when you come down, the next one is also a collaboration, which is Pokeke featuring Medical, Darko Vibes, Kelvin Boy Kwesiata. It has 10 million views. Then you have Stonebwoy Ololo featuring Tenny. It's also a feature, has 7.3 million views. Then you come to 6.7 million with Beenie Man. The only song that Stonebwoy did not feature anyone but have been able to garner a lot of views for is Bawasaba, which was released 7 years ago, and it has 5.9 million views. 5.9 million views. Right now, if you look at Stonebwoy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, when you look at Stonebwoy's top 10 on his own channel, he has Bawasaba, Into the Future, Everlasting, and Sobolo. These are the songs 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 songs that single-handedly he did with no features that have given him that kind of numbers. And we are talking about 5.9 million, that is for Bawasaba. We are talking about 5.1 million, that is Into the Future. Together, this gives you 11 million. Then you have 4.1 million, which is Everlasting. And then you have Sobolo, that's the live version. It also has 4 million. So altogether, it is even under 20 million. That is Shatta Wale's On God. Single-handedly tops all your single hits yourself, just alone. Now, when we go to that of Shatta Wale, let's get, this is not where I want the conversation to go, but since I'm dissecting the whole thing, this video is going to be a bit long, but you guys please bear with me. Let's do this thing once and for all, because this thing is becoming too much. You understand? It's just becoming too much. Now, when I go to Shatta Wale videos and I go to popular, the biggest Shatta Wale song on his channel has 24 million views, and it is a collaboration that is taking over with the boys. The next one is Shatta Wale On God. Now, On God has 20 million views, then followed by Ayo. Ayo has 18 million views. Now, let's look at something. I did top 10. You can all go and do it yourself too. Top 10, the most streams on YouTube for Shatta Wale. You have the one he single-handedly did with no features. You have On God 1, Ayo 2, Mind Level 3, Bulletproof 4, Bumper 5, Baby Chop Case 6, and then you have Melissa 7. So 7 songs. 7. And the viewerships here is crazy. You have On God 20 million views. You have Ayo 18 million views. You have Mind Level 15 million views. You have Bulletproof 12 million views. You have Bumper 11 million views. And then you have Chop Keys, which has 9.5 million views. And then you have Melissa, which is 6.9 million views. Now, Melissa was released around the same time Stonebwoy released Bawasaba. And still, Melissa has more views, has 1 million views more than Bawasaba, which is Stonebwoy's biggest. So, what makes you the biggest artist in Ghana? What actually makes you the biggest artist in Ghana, the biggest dancehall artist when it comes to dancehall? What makes you the biggest? Reggae dancehall, On God Falls and a reggae dancehall. Ayo is a typical Shatta music. So what is your thing? What is your thing? You know, so let's continue. Let's continue.
Like, won the BETs in 2015 for this same style when no dancehall artist influence have ever touched or won it yet. Mm-hmm. You see what I say? So like, I have to share the light. How many people know performed in Jamaica 3 times already? Dream
Weekend, recently.
Reggae Songfest.
Yeah.
So this is what the purpose is all about.
It is your purpose. I get it. You want to get to the higher stages. You want to be able to say, Stonebwoy performed here, Stonebwoy got here, Stonebwoy got here. That is your path. That is your dream. That is what you are channeling. It's good. Chatter that course, right? But the fact that your dream or your pathway is what you view to be the best doesn't mean it aligns with what the masses think as well. You understand? 2 different things. Let's go on.
You feel like the BET Awards was that validating moment for you, Ghana, and even for dancehall?
Right. And that sound.
Wenn du schon das ein oder andere AI-Tool.
BET doesn't validate anything. You understand? BET doesn't validate anything. I think it comes a time where
like
we need to, as Africans, respect what we have and at the end of the day, celebrate our own indigenous thing. What could have been more beneficial to us is the VGMAs, if VGMAs was, or the TGMAs, if it is something that is not biased and actually truly celebrates the Ghanaian. You understand? There are awards that we need to promote in Africa that would uplift us and not necessarily going on to another jurisdiction and go and tap into what they have. They will never respect what we have. They are just trying to pull in an audience. It's just like the way Ghana Music Awards tries to use African Artist of the Year, and then they bring in mostly Nigerian artists and they award them. You understand? And these awards, gradually, when you award someone, let's say in Nigeria, and you award someone in South Africa, they will speak of the award scheme and then you get your name out there. So it's a marketing ploy. It's a way to get yourself out there. And so the same way Stonebwoy is sitting on this platform mentioning BET now, BET has won, right? But does it really hold value for Ghana, that Ghana has won a BET? What does it bring to the table to Ghana? It brings nothing. Let's look at it from the other way around. Shatta Wale recently was invited by Vibes Cartel to come perform at the Freedom Street concert. This for me is real value because right after the performance, Shatta Wale performed for less than 5 minutes. Don't forget that. Less than 5 minutes. And right after the performance, On God's song was everywhere. People started searching for Ghana. People started talking a lot about Ghana. It gave Ghana mileage because he displayed the Ghanaian flag over there. And Ghana became a topic. And right after that, Molly also came in there, right? So this talkability brings Ghana in the question. And through this thing, you will have a lot of people link up with other Ghanaians, patronize some Ghanaian sounds and all that kind of stuff, maybe fly in and out and stuff like that. But winning a BET Awards, I beg to differ. What did that do for Ghana? When you won the BET Awards, what did it really do for Ghana? That BET Award only added to your name that Stonebwoy, the brand, has won so and so award. And that is being self-centered. And you explained, Stonebwoy explained by himself over here that he's more about the impact he can make. Now, what impact is he making? He's trying to, when you listen to the line of argument, he was saying that he was doing Afro dance or when no one was really doing, and that got him to the stage to win that award. You understand? Everything he was explaining to why he is who he is and not beefing with anybody, it comes down to what he has achieved for himself, personal thing, and not necessarily what everybody else thinks of him. You understand? So let's go on.
You know, I have to share the light. How many people know performed in Jamaica 3 times already? Dream
Dreamica
Weekend,
recently.
Reggae Song Fest.
Yeah.
So, so this is what the purpose is all about.
You feel like the BT Awards was that validating moment for you, Ghana, and even
Which
Afro
is right.
dancehall?
And that sound, because I'm like, bro. And I was so thankful to God because that means that actually gave me that propelling, that propel power.
Yeah, like
That
a chain of things,
like,
Yeah.
And it took it to the world. I know it gave attention, it gave me more ears to listen to the style. And of course, it's like Afrobeat and dancehall kind of style. Get what I say? Yeah. Man.
You see, so he solidified it here. It gave him, it opened doors for him, but it didn't necessarily open doors for Ghana, the country where you represent, and every other thing. You know?
That's it. That's why I can't be in no beef with, because if you want to beef, like when you go into the ring, right, you have to make sure that the opponent has the same weight size.
True, and the same weight class.
It's not about the weight.
Are you taking shots?
The weight is not weighting, you get me? It's not about hype size, it's the weight size, you feel me?
You see, so now Stonebwoy is talking about the weight size and not the hype size, right? This is funny. You guys just saw, I broke down the viewership when it goes to YouTube. The big songs that they have, the number of people these are numbers. When you go across board, there is no single platform, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Boomplay, Audiomack. There is no digital streaming platform that Stonebwoy surpasses Shatta Wale in digital streams. No platform. Zero. So when you say the weights, the weight class, when it comes to boxing, we have the heavyweight, we have the welterweight, we have the middleweight, we have the bantamweight and all those kind. And usually you should be within a weight class to actually be in a boxing match together. Stonebwoy is right. They are not in the same class, and Shatta Wale is way above what Stonebwoy is. If Stonebwoy is just winning a BET award, and then winning 9 times VGMA dancehall artist of the year, to be that I'm the bigger artist over here, and therefore I can't beef with you because I've won a BET award and all that kind of stuff. And he will also come back and say that he has collabed with more Jamaican artists than whatnot, and rare, like in his own words, right? Everything Stonebwoy claims to have over Shatta Wale is nothing. Shatta Wale stands till today the only Ghanaian artist with the biggest collaboration ever to hit Ghana. And that is Beyonce. No one can claim that. You went to BET, yet you couldn't land that. Shatta Wale stayed right in Ghana. That classless person still got it. He's not in your weight class, but he still got that. Right? So some of the things, it is good to feel proud about yourself and try to always push yourself out there. But, truthfully speaking, when we are actually looking at the weight classes, Shatta Wale has been doing dancehall and this music thing for 20 years. Stonebwoy is 9 years. He said it himself here. So indeed, they are not in the same weight class. They are not. One person is a teacher. One person is above what Stonebwoy is. So it's even a privilege for Stonebwoy to be compared to Shatta Wale in today's terms and today's music, because he's pulling his weight small. You get. But when we have to really talk about achievements when it comes to this musical space, if Shatta Wale cares enough about awards and Shatta Wale actually wanted to kowtow to what VGMA is, I'm not sure Stonebwoy will even surpass Shatta Wale in anything. You understand? And when we even talk about awards, let's talk about an award that is more important when it comes to reggae and dancehall, and that is IROMA. The IROMA Awards is Jamaican. That is the origin of reggae and dancehall. And Shatta Wale has been awarded severally on that platform. Shatta Wale has over 5 awards with IROMA. Stonebwoy has maybe 1 or 2. That defines a lot. That is important when it comes to reggae dancehall because Stonebwoy says that that is his area, reggae and dancehall. And then also he fuses with Afro beats. So if someone like Sarkodie and Black Sherif are doing hip hop or hip life, of course they will look to BET because BET predominantly is something that celebrates rap music and rap culture. So if they go out there to win anything like that, it's more like, okay, when you're doing the rap and everything, that's what you're looking out for. I get it. But Iroma that is from Jamaica, that celebrates dancehall and reggae, the originators. It's been done for over 40 years. Shatta Wale has more awards over there than you do. So what is the weight thing when it comes to this dancehall thing? You are nowhere close. That's the thing.
So the weight. I need the weight. When the weight hits on, then we can talk. I'm being honest.
But I mean, I would
need to
feel
catch up
like
to your weight class, or you need to probably catch him at a catch weight or what good.
He can check it for himself, and anybody else in his family can check.
are you
and then
being
know about
shady?
weight.
Is this shade?
I'm putting on a shade right now. You get me? So sometimes we have to use the information age to research the size or the weight. So
Yeah.
So guys, information age. Let's use. You see, I like what he said. Things they say, women lie, men lie, but numbers they don't lie. You understand? Everything online, digital numbers, streams, whatsoever. There is no way Stonebwoy surpasses Shatta Wale in any way. In any way, you understand? But there again, Stonebwoy travels a lot, but anytime Shatta Wale goes out there, he makes a massive impact. Shatta Wale till date has sold out O2 Indigo Arena twice. Stonebwoy is yet to sell that place. Yet, the biggest auditorium Stonebwoy has sold in the UK is the one he last did, which Black Sherif did back to back. You get it? And even for Stonebwoy to do that, he was saying that, yeah, the people who were organizing the Ghana independence, whatever, was sabotaging him and all that kind of stuff. You understand?
It's all about hype. Hype is cheap lately. So you can manage to find one look at hype, but to say a consistent, energy to your purpose, that's what is very important to me, of course. And that's why I respect people like Sean Paul, Damian Marley, Shaggy. You see that there? Like the level of hard work that they are putting in should not be underestimated because they're not being spoken about controversially enough. Can I repeat?
Yeah,
Preach.
The level of hard work and the amount of work that goes into being an artist like Sean Paul, Shaggy, Damian Marley. I mentioned some type, you know what I'm saying? Because these are the ones that you find, you hardly hear any. It's more.
So basically, what Stonebwoy is saying is that the artists he listed right now are artists who have been able to make their name and respected worldwide with consistency of hard work and all that, devoid of, bad name, like controversies and all that kind of stuff, right? Still throwing shades that Shatta Wale's name and everything that he's made is all shades and all that kind of. So that's the type of lane Stonebwoy is doing. He's trying to create, to carve a certain type of name for himself, where he's all about the music, he's all about the works, the hard work, and he wants to separate himself from negativity. If you guys can remember, or controversies, if you guys can remember, at the beginning of this, I said something like, Stonebwoy has a way he talks, right, where he tries to talk like the wise person in the room, right, and says all the beautiful things, but at the end of the day, he jabs himself right back, right? He falls flat to his own logic. And we will understand that very soon, right? This interview proves a lot. It goes a lot to see a lot about Stonebwoy, but he's not. I know he knows what he's doing, right? But when you look at this statement he says, right, when we go into the history, internet know the lie. Again, Stonebwoy mentioned it right here that we should go online and make our research. when we research, he, the same person who wants to carve a certain image for himself with no controversies, was the same person who pulled a gun at another artist in an enclosed space where dignitaries, ambassadors were seated. Another same awards king that he claims to have won 9 times. 9 times meaning the dancehall artist of the year. 9 times. So what Stonebwoy essentially is saying is that if he won dancehall artist 9 times and he's been in the musical scene 9 years, it means every year since he came, he won. But I'm sure he's adding dancehall song and all those things into it as well, right? Let's continue.
More than any type of controversial add-on. Those ones you can find your way around it and you're like, oh, you're in the league.
Yeah, I feel like the praise versus the level of work that they do, it not match up and it should.
I feel like true they don't them not do not them type of other things.
Yeah, the extracurriculars, yeah.
And guess what? Interestingly, them wonder where I do the things of the hype. Yeah, I do the things of the work.
Right.
I mean,
So now, Stonebwoy is also saying that those that always follow the hype, who do the thing of the hype, they can never do the thing of the work. Or they are not able to do the thing of the work. See, when it comes to hard work, in this musical space, forget traveling abroad and connecting. Let me tell you something. When it comes to networking, going out there, putting your face out there, I love how Stonebwoy just carries himself and goes out there and just try to push himself out there, because in Ghana, we have a specific time. Let's say the Ghanaian people are not necessarily forceful in promoting their own until they get to a certain level, or they chuck some accolade and then they will all come praising, like Molly. Nobody knew Molly was Ghanaian until the song became huge on international platforms, and all of a sudden everybody was like, oh, she's Ghanaian, and then Ghanaian. So you would realize that Ghanaians even jumped on the hype late. You understand? But when you take that aside and you focus on the work, being in the studio creating and promoting your songs and being there, Stonebwoy is never close to Shatta Wale again. Because you see, the work you put in, that organic reach, is what gets you out there. It's not about, we are just talking about the hard work, just the mechanical stuff. Just the mechanical stuff. When it comes to just the mechanical stuff, Shatta Wale will be on live recording with his fans, will be on live playing some of his tunes and engaging the fans, those type of things is a marketing ploy where you actually engineer the people to be a part of something that is different. So anyway, you try to say controversy and all that kind of stuff, it's just, I just want to break down this whole thing. Initially, the small video that was going around with the Lamborghini and all that kind of was what brought me, but there is a lot more and I want to dive into it properly.
The praise versus the level of work that they do, it not match up and it should.
I feel like true they don't them not do not them type of other things.
Yeah, the extracurriculars, yeah.
And guess what? Interestingly, them wonder where I do the things of the hype. Yeah, I do the things of the work.
Right.
But the things of the work live on forever. And the things of the hype, they might look for your next man, 30 seconds. Man.
Why?
And that's why many people tell so much lies in the artistry. Now friend them from over years, I brought friends from, and when they reach Ghana, then they realize, wow. I feel like I don't move like, materially as much, because if I Bob Marley inspire you, if I Capleton, if I Shabba, if I Buju, if I Beanie Man, you know for flash steel,
Yeah.
The price I want to show ya.
See, again, saying that when he doesn't do flashy things that much, right? coming from a person who is inspired by Bob Marley and all that stuff, mentioning Capleton and all. When you look at Capleton, you look at Bob Marley, those guys don't show off anything. They are not flashy people, right? And then he raises his leg to show his shoe, to say it's expensive and all that kind of. You see, I thought he acts wise, he speaks wise, and then he shoots himself in the foot. You know, Stonebwoy just claims he controls Ghana. Meanwhile, when he only says those things when he's abroad, but never says that when he's in Ghana. It's funny because in Ghana, everybody knows Stonebwoy doesn't control the street. You can put Stonebwoy here and put Shatta Wale there, and we know where the street will go towards. Stonebwoy, however, has the backing of the media because they made him. Two different things. Two different things.
You know what I mean? I tell you, the price of this. It just, you know what I mean? I tell you. But we not scream with it. Because that is not, that's not what I want to put for. I want to put my music forward.
True.
It's
but as you mentioned before, though.
So the hype not in it. I really work.
Yeah. No hype. Just making that clear. No hype. Real work. But as you mentioned before, because I was thinking you and Shatta never have no beef because he came to your defense 2 years ago. About the Grammy snub when fans were mocking you. So I was wondering if, you know, those things bother you, like the Grammy snub and what the fans have to talk about online.
It's not me, though. I was making a...
So you see, I love the way this interviewer came in. So the interviewer said, we asked about this Shatta Wale beef because we think that there is no beef between you and Shatta Wale because when this Grammy snub thing came, Shatta Wale came to your defense. Now you see the whole thing. So right now, after talking, but without even knowing the angle these people who are asking you this question were even coming from, now you make yourself a fool. You know, they've not said anything. Mention something negative Shatta Wale has said on any international platform about Stonebwoy or any other artist for that matter in Ghana, where Shatta Wale goes into an interview, like the BBC, the fix. Shatta Wale has been there. His interview is that you guys can go check the way he spoke about himself and about the Ghanaian music scene. Shatta Wale never speaks ill of any Ghanaian artist when he's on any international platform. He never does. Right? So, yeah, anyway.
I was adding a statement to that so that they can look into a different. But of course, I found out that it was a Ghanaian guy who wrote the article, and we spoke in person, and he admitted to even to the fact that, the angle that I'm coming from is one that was not thought of. I really do not have anything to lose. You know, I appreciated the write-up that he did, you know, for the Grammy. And I would be one of the most written about as a Ghanaian artist on any Grammy platform anyway. So why would there be a Grammy snap perspective? So I was just making a point that, you know,
Charlie, somebody feeling about you. Charlie, some
people on the other side.
You know, with what Stonebwoy has been saying about the way he wants to make impact, the way he wants to just let his work speak and all that kind of stuff. Such an artist with such a demeanor, you don't have to toot your own horn, right? This is something that will come organically from the fans, from people who enjoy your work. They will celebrate you. They will put you on that pedestal because they see the work. You know, but time and time again, Stonebwoy tries to and you can hear it just watch the interview yourself, man, and you will get it.
It's of my ideology would clap back and feel like it's a personal stuff that I am pushing for. No, I've never really been about that personal. You know, you can have everybody has an opinion. There are some cases or there are some issues that everybody wants to address, but you have to find out, because not everybody who is addressing it from a holistic perspective without their very personal interest being the largest. I don't roll like that. Because I thank God for where he's taking me to,
Oh
be finding my purpose
goodness.
every time. So it can't be selfish. So it can't be selfish.
My goodness. Oh goodness. Cringe. So cringe.
So it was nothing like that. But yeah, they got it later. Later they got to understand what I was saying, but it was not as loud as the clapback.
Nobody got anything, Stonebwoy. Nobody got anything. This whole Grammy thing, it is hailing from a perspective of Ghanaian hip life journey with respect to high life. And like I said, the people who were mentioned in that started music 20 years plus before you came into the scene. So when they are telling a story about the Shatta Wales, the Saminis, the Yogi Doggies, those who started from that era and brought it to this one, there is no way your name will pop up in there. You understand? So no one understood. You see, there's the thing. Stonebwoy thinks when he sits in one corner and says one or two things and he's all right with it, then he's all right with it. But he made a statement that he's not the person who talks about things in a way that seeks to like benefit him personally. Like he's not selfish. It's a big lie. Through this whole interview, right? When even it comes to he saying he's not in the same weight class with Shatta Wale and all that kind of stuff and da. I went here, I did it. The BET Award, it did this for me, it did that for me. Everything is just about himself. It's just about himself, Charlie. It's just if we want to look at someone who talks more of a collective, and his actions, you get it, has benefited the industry immensely. It is Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale's actions have benefited the industry more than Stonebwoy's actions. We can debate about this. Comment.
Are you the snitch man? Shatta Wale make him Lamborghini get take away?
What?
You snitch on Shatta Wale make him Lamborghini get take away?
So the question here was, did you snitch on Shatta Wale's Lamborghini being taken away? Did you snitch? Were you the one who went after that kind of stuff, right?
You see, when you follow the news properly, at least a man will know the truth before the truth comes out. But from where I stand, you can't too talk, you know. I actually on the same thing I made.
So, did you snitch? You know, the question could have just been, oh no, I didn't snitch. And I don't know much about it, so I would rather leave it. And you leave it like that for you to lie. But then you say that you see things before they happen. You know, kind of like you perceive it before it happens. You understand? Owning to the fact that that certain statement that he made earlier was what probably prompted people to look into those things well. You know. Anyway, let's continue.
I made some revelations already before stuff got going on.
Like you must call him like a settings man or something like that.
Remember that, you know, so everybody else says, Stonebwoy a prophet. Me say, listen.
Nobody is saying Stonebwoy is a prophet. Stonebwoy, you are a liar. You are a liar. Nobody is saying you are a prophet. Nobody, absolutely nobody. That so-called revelations you made was you just being bitter about the fact that Shatta Wale bought himself a Rolls Royce. In this very interview, you were being questioned about Shatta Wale's Lamborghini, which, by the way, can happen to anybody. Someone bought a Lamborghini in the United States of America through fraudulent means. The person later sold the car and sends the car to Ghana. The car was bought by somebody who was a top government official. Now, this person later sells the car and Shatta Wale buys the car from the person. And then it turns out the FBI were looking into issues of the first guy who bought that Lamborghini, the one with the fraudulent issues. And then it's like, oh, among your assets, you bought a Lamborghini. We want to trace that car. And they traced that car to Ghana. And it turns out they found it with Shatta Wale. It can happen to anybody. But the very so-called revelation you made back in December, where you claim people are calling you a prophet, was about a Rolls Royce. A Rolls Royce he paid for all the way in the United States, and you didn't understand that he bought a Rolls Royce, and the Rolls Royce hasn't even arrived yet, and he's sending videos online and shouting about the whole thing and all that, even going to the US to hold the key, and the car hasn't even landed yet in Ghana, and he's making a whole lot of noise about it. That is the so-called revelation. Today, Shatta Wale still drives that Rolls Royce in his house. Nobody has laid claim to that Rolls Royce. But the Lambo, he bought it in Ghana. And in fact, he has bought another Lamborghini from the US because he doesn't want any problem. So tell me, what exactly did you prophesize, Stonebwoy? What exactly?
I'm a fan of music and musicians too, but fortunately, I'm an insider. I know whole heap of things where ono can't know.
For people that don't know, what is our settings, man? We know it's a Ghanaian slang.
Settings is a Ghanaian slang. One, the Jamaican them adapt it.
Yeah.
When they say a man is a settings man, in love to set up things. When I really like that, in love to set up things that me as
yeah, whole heap of them out
like
there.
I'm packaging the thing them, you feel me? Like it's a setup, but it's not the real one. It's not the real situation. You see? And it's just becoming like, it just be like the hype. People say fake, the fake in it.
The cappers.
Yeah.
Some cappers out.
Yeah, so that is it. See, we know the industry. Trust me, we know the industry. And
so he's saying he knows the industry, which granted, yes, he is in the zone. You see, the Ghanaian entertainment scene is a very closed niche one, right? Where everybody knows everybody. So things that you think is private to you, someone also knows, right? And the same way he thinks he knows stuff about Shatta Wale, that's the same way Shatta Wale knows things. And we who sit back may not know a lot of the things like the way they do. So like he rightly said, he loves music, he's a fan of the music, he happens to be a musician, but at the same time, because of what he does, he is also in the mix and is privy to information. This is very key, right? This is very important. Listen.
we know how it's set. The locate of a flat. See, it's not everybody who can really have it or afford it. But believe me, everybody wanna be like, many people wanna really flash it and all of that. So that news that is coming out, I know me say nothing because there are one part I watch a whole film unfold. But
so right now he's finally saying that he knows the way the system is and all. Everybody wants to flaunt something. People want to show something deep within. Everybody wants to show something, right? And so what they are seeing right now, he didn't snitch on anybody, but he's just sitting in his own corner watching everything unfold like a film, right? This is the same person who I said in the beginning that, hey, listen, that question that was asked, were you the one who snitched? You can just say, oh no, you don't really know what to do, and then you cut it off. You cut it off right from there, right? But you just shoot yourself in the foot by trying to say you made a revelation. Revelation about what? You talk about Rolls Royce, this is a Lamborghini. These are two different things. There is nothing like settings over here. Nothing. In fact, you even tweeted also and you started writing on Snap, going back and forth that you own the Bentley and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Everything you own, you also show it. You show it. Stonebwoy, we know you just want to be like Shatta Wale. You want to be like Bandana when you grow up. You keep saying it, and Shatta Wale is way ahead of you. You guys used to be in the same East Legon enclave, and he pushed himself to Trazako. Move there too. Or since you say you are of a higher class of a sort, move higher. Anyway.
Me know certain things, whole heap of things in the backgrounds where me's not a fan of car. I say this most often, that if some of the things that I knew was known by some other people on the other side, I wouldn't sleep. I would lose my head over a car. They wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a weapon to destroy people, you get me? Me, it's not a man who move like that. You are do your own thing, go on with it. run it. I pray that your thing go on good, my thing will go on good for me too. That's all I do. I don't try to cross people, but you find the opposite in a lot of people, you know, over that part that where me come from, especially the eye that we're not talking about. That is it.
You mentioned before.
So you see something. Stonebwoy was saying that he knows a lot of things. That if this is privy to some people, right, they will just go on and on and on about these kind of things. I also made mention of the fact that he has information that can be weaponized, right, for distraction. But he chooses not to because he's not that type of a person, right? I said in the beginning that Stonebwoy will act like he's wise, he speaks wise, but shoots himself in the ground. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't who truly wants to see your brother move on or your brother be to do his own thing and be successful, right? Since you claim you have information, so what prompted you to go sit on the Kumasi station to talk about settings when you have information you don't want to release, but you are the same person who wants to actually see people do their things in their own way and pray that whatever they do, they succeed? You just said it. So on one vein, you are the guy who has information and you are the good guy. You don't want to kill anybody's dream. You don't want to destroy anybody's work. You just want everybody to work in their own lane, walk in their own lane whatsoever. But in the same vein, you go sit and be talking ill about the same person. And even in this same interview, you were asked a simple question. You could have just cut it off and say, oh, you don't want to comment about it, just as you do in other interviews. When you are questioned in some interviews in Ghana about some things relating to Shatta Wale, you just say you don't want to talk about it, you just brush it off completely. What stopped you from doing it if that is who you truly are?
Before at the beginning said, not everyone.
Imagine bringing your side project to life.
Yeah, I'm trying to skip the advert right now so that we can continue. Yeah.
Your vision, the vision you had for Afro dancehall. So, what was it like?
So yeah, that is the whole thing right now. That is the whole thing right now. So, Charlie, I know it's been a long one. It's been a very, very long one, but I hope you guys will bear with me because I had to. I really had to, you know. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. I've told you what I think. Some of the things, I'll just leave it where it is right now. You heard the things for yourself. And one thing I sense in this conversation is someone who is entitled, like this self-entitlement at the highest degree. At the same time, someone who is envious of his brother's success. You understand? You are sitting on an international platform, a platform where I believe you should use to market yourself properly. This Shatta Wale Lamborghini case and the question that was asked, you could have touched on it in a different way that would actually give you more credibility as an artist, right? And besides, one of the simplest answers you could have given was, hey, the case is currently with the economic and organized crime office, and so since it's in their hand, you would rather leave it for them, but you don't want to put whatever into it, and then you leave it, right? But this is the so-called intelligent artist, this is the so-called wise artist and all that, and this is the artist who chooses peace over everything, right? So Charlie, like I said, the lyrics of the song, the lyrics of the song, man, when they do things, oh man, they do things. They can't break me. They can't break me. They never will. No, they never will. My name is Modine. I know it's a long one. Peace.